So yesterday was super interesting because I met with this dentist in Sydney who focuses a lot on the connection between your teeth and your breathing. And it was super interesting because he basically started off talking about blue light and stuff, which is obviously totally not related to all that stuff. But he started by saying, turn all your phones and computers to block out the blue light and all that stuff. And he said about 1 in 100 people listened to him. But he said for those people, it changed their life. So for at least a few days, I'm going to try it, see if it helps. I will say, last night I did sleep a little bit better. Don't know if it's because of that, but just wanted to throw that out there. Maybe tomorrow, maybe tonight I'll sleep well as well. I don't know. And because usually I sleep pretty badly, so it was kind of noticeable. But again, is that because of the blue light? I have absolutely no idea. So I'm just throwing that one out there. But what he did say, which was really interesting, is that he said that my cranial bones in my head are kind of disjointed. And he says that might have been from the fall that I had in 2015 when I fractured my right shoulder. When I've seen the osteopath recently, he said there's still a lot of tension there, sort of lots of tightness. So the dentist was saying, that probably may have impacted my tailbone and my, cranial bones in the top here. So he said then when I got my braces done, which was like 6 years ago now, 5-6 years ago, he said they were basically, my teeth have been aligned to a place even though the cranial bones are not in the right spot. And currently I've got a fixed retainer on the top and the bottom teeth, just a wire, just behind it. It's kind of hard to see. Not hard to see, you cannot see it because this phone is not in my mouth. And there's a wire between the bottom and top teeth. And he says because the jaw, if you look at the skull, the jaw comes in two halves. And if you've got that wire on the top especially, it means that there's no movement at all for the two halves of the jaw to move, which means the area above it, it basically makes that a lot more tight and tense. So even though I've got these huge airways to breathe through, with my sinus cavities and everything, with my nasal passages, even though I've got all that big space there, it feels like I can't breathe through my nose because it's so tight in there, which was really, really interesting. And I would never ever have thought that if I hadn't gone to him. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, so he basically, what he wants to do in 3 weeks is take off the fixed retainer, which I've had for 5 years. And to be honest, I've quite liked it because then I haven't had to have a retainer every night. So yeah, I've just been having this fixed retainer, which has been really, really good. So yeah, so my teeth are probably going to move a little bit, but then maybe that's going to open up all the breathing capacity that I actually have. So that is very, very intriguing. I never, ever, as I said, I never would have thought about that. So yeah, and then basically he wants me to spend a fortune on this thing called an ALF device, which basically they make it for your teeth and it basically widens that whole space over many months. It's something like 6 to 12 to 18 months. And then every month they adjust it slightly. And that basically it creates a much wider space and makes the tongue basically sit at the top, at the roof of your mouth, and gives it enough space to be. So yeah, that was pretty much what happened yesterday. I thought it was really, really interesting. And then, yeah. Anyway, I'll make because I talked about yesterday, I'll make the video for today in a bit. So yeah, I'll see you then.